Hello, everyone. I'm so honored to be joined by Dr. Richard Horowitz, who was personally one of my heroes, my inspirations when I was sick for so many years with chronic Lyme disease. So thank you for meeting with me today.
Oh, it's my
I
pleasure. And you look great. And I'm fascinated really by what you've done to get better because I know some of my model, which I'll be discussing at the Southeast Regional Medical Conference, is going to, help people. But why don't you just share a little bit about Primal Trust and the kind of neurofeedback vagal you're doing? Because all of my patients, by the way, are traumatized, and not just by me and all the treatments I give them, just from life itself and what's happened. So share a little bit, because I think what you're doing is going to be amazing for people to attend this conference and learn the tools you've been sharing.
Thank you so much. Well, as you know, when we're on this journey of chronic Lyme disease, not only are the symptoms difficult, but the loss of our life and the frustration of the medical model and how are we going to get our life back? And for me personally, I just got more and more and more stressed while trying to treat an illness that is hard to treat when the body is already stressed from the illness itself. And so I personally went on a journey of how can I take some of this into my own hands as far as reversing this chronic condition. And so I researched a lot behind how is the nervous system and the brain influencing my ability to self-heal from Lyme disease, from mold toxicity, et cetera. And I found a lot of amazing stories of people healing with nervous system rebalancing. And that actually made sense to me because my background as a physical therapist, I used to work with chronic pain, and I knew that rebalancing the nervous system helped with chronic pain. Well, sure enough, it also helps with reducing what we call what's referred to often as cell danger response, or when the body is stuck in this constant fight or flight and our mitochondria is stuck down in protection. And as I started to learn the science behind limbic system impairment, behind autonomic nervous system dysregulation and influences, I thought, I wonder what can happen if I take this seriously. And instead of focusing on all of these external things of what's wrong, getting my body into a state of ease and joy and calm. And sure enough, I started to heal. And so I put together a whole multifaceted program that combines vagus nerve toning to rebalance our autonomic nervous system, limbic system retraining for our brain, somatic therapies to help us discharge the stress and trauma in our body. And people are recovering all over the world through these methods. And
And
sometimes,
you've done this for over like 10,000 people in the last 2 years. Like, how many people have you trained on?
yeah, yeah, we have taken literally, we're at almost 10,000, which is like unbelievable. So we're in now over 60 countries. We work with a lot of practitioners as well who's referring to us, but a lot of it's been word of mouth of people recovering or at least getting a lot better by taking on their own taking charge of some of their own self-healing with their lifestyle and healing the trauma that may have been the setup, or changing I was like the go-getter type A person, and that was the setup for me where my
I,
sister
I
system.
wouldn't know anything about that personally.
I know. So it's been amazing. And so I'm a huge advocate of teaching people that this isn't in your head when you're doing nervous system work. Your bodies are literally stuck in a cell danger response, and we can turn that around with a lot of things, with therapies and with autonomic nervous system rebalancing. And so I teach them how to do that.
That's great. And this is different than the anti-hopper DNRS or the GUP to AIR that I've been using with patients, because I understand you've been working with a lot of integrative doctors. So you're going to be doing a pre-conference, right, at the Southeast Regional Integrative Medical. And I think it's amazing because I'm doing a three-part series. You're doing a part, by the way, that fits in perfectly, right, with what I'm doing, because healing the nervous system and the mind, right? I'm working, of course, with dapsone therapies and integrative, but I will tell you, most of my patients I affectionately call the walking wounded. They do have autonomic dysfunction. They clearly have cell danger response. So I think you're going to be adding a tremendous piece to this puzzle that I think integrative doctors are going to get a lot out of. And I hope they show up because we're going to have a lot of fun and do a lot of great teaching. So thank you for, doing the pre-conference. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be included and to be invited with all of these renowned doctors in integrative medicine, and to be able to bring that nervous system piece where, to me, if you can get your patients on board with a home program for the autonomic nervous system with the protocols you guys are using, it is just a win-win to move out of that cell danger response. And that's really the paradigm shift I'm trying to make here, is that the patients can really do a lot on their own as well, and to get them empowered in this process. And so I'm just super excited to be able to share this at the conference.
Well, make sure you get me your contact information and how, because I'm going to want to start sharing this with my patients. And I look forward to being with you at the Southeast Regional Integrative Conference. I mean, I'll be sharing the essence of what I've learned over almost 40 years of clinical practice with the 16-point MSIDS model, 6 overlapping causes of inflammation, the downstream effects, how you diagnose Lyme, very short oral generic protocols for treating it with pulsing, with persister drugs. I mean, I'm having some miraculous results. And I think, kind of teaming up with you and doing this, I think it's going to be a great 1-2 punch to give the practitioners really some amazing information. And Tanya Dempsey from iLads will be joining us about mast cells. So practitioners are just going to get a great amount of information to learn. So Catherine, it was wonderful speaking to you today, and I really look forward to being with you at the conference. I understand it's one of the most fun conferences that integrative doctors attend, that it's not just about learning, it's about friendships and really just having a great time together. So it's going to be great to see you there. So thank you.
Thank you. And for those of you listening who are practitioners who are interested, there is a $100 off to the conference code. It's Synergy 100. So go to the website, put in that code, Synergy 100. We'll put it below this video. And I think that code is good through the 30th or 31st of March. I might have to check there and put that note below, but there is a way to get a discount. I'm, again, super excited. And I just think that we're really raising the awareness together of how to get through Lyme and these chronic illness. And it doesn't need to be the 10-year journey that it was for me. There are solutions. Are you finding that with the recent developments and even your more recent understanding that people are moving through this process quicker than they were 10 years ago? What's been your experience?
Not even a doubt about it. I now use short-term oral generic protocols. The only thing that sometimes takes longer is when their detox systems are so overloaded or their immune system need rebalancing, that you've got to get those done before you can actually put them on the medications. But yes, absolutely, it's a much quicker process. I aim generally for 1 year maximum to get people through the program, to get them well. And a lot of people do achieve it. The ones that don't, I'd say they probably have higher levels of mold toxins and heavy metals and trauma they need to get through, or they got COVID 5 times in between. I mean, there are things we had to address. But honestly, the techniques that we've developed over the years based on really hard cutting edge science, working wonderfully. And that's why I'm so excited to share it at the conference.
Wow, that's so awesome. It's so encouraging to hear that this does not need to be the life sentence that a lot of us thought we had years ago. And I so appreciate the work and your dedication to just stay on this journey. And how can we be advocates for this under-recognized issue in our medical paradigm? And you've really been what do you call it? A way shower in this field. And so thank you for all that you've done.
Well, thank you. And thank you for, again, doing what you're doing of sharing your healing journey with others, because ultimately that's what we do to share with people, right? That's how we take our own illness, our own issues that we had, we get over them, and then we share, the process that worked for us. So it's much more powerful, by the way, when it comes from someone who's gone through the process, right? Who's had, for example, physical training as you have. So I really look forward to taking your training also. So thank you. So look forward to seeing you everyone soon at the Southeast Regional Integrative Conference. Looking forward. It's early in June. What is it? June 12th, 13th, 14th in Asheville, North Carolina?
Yep.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Okay. Take care.